Hey guys, Krista here. I'm back and I kind of wanted to give you guys an update of what has been going on for the last couple months in my life and why I suddenly disappeared. As you guys know, I'm pretty active for the most part, even in spite of all my health issues. But in December, kind of things changed for me. In December, I actually had to take off work, starting the 2nd onward, and it was really kind of a tough time for me. I was suddenly having palpitations all the time and passing out randomly, and they diagnosed me with something called PVCs, which is premature beats in your heart, which normally that wouldn't be a big deal. A lot of people have them all the time, especially when you're being active and moving around a lot. Your heart does that extra beat and it kind of catches up to itself. But in my case, I was having that 20 to 50% of the time. And so for a series of months, I was changing my medication almost weekly because they couldn't find a medicine that would help bring my PVCs under control, and my blood pressure was going up and down and spiking and then dropping, spiking and dropping. And they didn't quite know why, and my heartbeat wasn't normal, and just I was having a horrible time and I couldn't function as a human being. And I tried to be very independent in spite of being disabled and walking with a cane, and I'm very, very proud of that fact that I can still function by myself and do what I want to do. So they kind of threw me into a slew of tests directly, which they did like a PET stress test, which they take you and they put you into what pretty much essentially is a CAT or CT scan machine that you guys might have had before. And what they do is they inject this medicine that makes my heart go crazy and act like I have done a huge really enjoyable workout. Well, that of course feels really weird when you're completely not moving anywhere. And then they, in real time, took pictures of the inside of my heart and the workings of my heart, and that actually came back normal. But the whole time I was having the test, they could see I was having PVCs almost constantly. They were actually worried about doing the test because I was having so many PVCs. And so as a result, I was kind of at a loss. We didn't know what to do. I was changing my medication. I was still off work. Christmas came and went and we still didn't have answers. I had to go back to work. I was coming up to 6 weeks of being off work and I had to go back. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I couldn't afford to be off work anymore. My husband was having to not be able to work because he had to stay with me. I had to be babysat all the time because I'd randomly just pass out. And so finally they thought I had a condition called dysautonomia, which they kind of ended up deciding I did have, which dysautonomia refers to a group of medical conditions caused by problems with your autonomic nervous system. And your autonomic nervous system controls involuntary functions like your heartbeat, breathing, digestion. It has a sympathetic nervous system within it, which does everything that you don't really think about, like your fight or flight responses, growth of hair, nails, skin, all that kind of stuff, and digestion and stuff like that, as well as the function of your heart. And so they were like, okay, let's confirm this by doing a tilt table test. And I went into the hospital to do the tilt table test, and I was all prepped. They had the IV in me all ready to start it, and the nurse comes in, says we're not doing this. I said, okay. She's like, I really don't think it's gonna show you much, and I don't think it's safe for you to do it either. And I was like, okay. And my blood pressure started spiking, of course, because I'm stressed out. And she was like, I really think you need to go to the emergency room right now. And she said, I think you need to go down the ER and request a electrophysiology cardiologist emergency consult. So they wheeled me down to the emergency room that was just a floor below us. I called up my husband, who had to stay in the car because of COVID. He couldn't come in and be with me during the tilt table test. So he comes in, we go to the ER, and they take one look at me and say, okay, you need this emergency consult. We're not even going to like stop. You are automatically admitted into the hospital. We'll get that emergency consult for you as soon as possible. And the whole time they have me on the heart monitor, and even their hospitalist, their regular doctor that was there, was like, you're having PVCs almost constantly. Can you feel that? And I said, yeah. So what PVCs kind of feel like is, I like to think of it as a little teeny tiny man that like flip-flops like a fish in my chest and beats on the inside of my chest. That's kind of what it feels like. And I was having that constantly. It was so annoying. It would take my breath away. I was on an inhaler. I couldn't walk more than a couple feet without getting really winded and dizzy. I would just be constantly dizzy. I couldn't sit up without feeling like I was gonna pass out. And I was completely prone or laying in bed almost constantly. And so they put me in the hospital, and the doctor was like, well, we're thinking about doing something called a heart ablation on you, which a heart ablation means that they would go in an artery in my leg, go up into my heart, and pretty much cauterize or burn away the nerves in my heart that are causing the PVCs, causing the overactive part of my heart. So that came with a lot of risks. Because of my age and everything like that, they were like, well, let's try something else first. And if it doesn't work within 24 hours, we can go and do surgery on you. So they put me on this medication called flecainide, and you have to kind of be watched for 48 hours to 56 hours to make sure that it's working. And within 3 doses, the PVCs completely stopped, which of course was a godsend for me. I was really, really worried that I was gonna have to have surgery. Still eventually might have to have surgery, but that's a whole nother issue that thankfully is way off in the future for me as of right now. But I'm a lot better now. I'm getting back into things. I'm back at work. I've been back now for 3 weeks, thankfully. I'm starting to get back into recording, so you guys might see a lot of my backdated videos come out randomly, all stacked up together. So please watch those, like, interact, subscribe, share with your friends. I really missed you guys so very much, and I thank you guys for being so supportive still and giving me love, and as I've been updating my health issues, being so receptive and so loving. I appreciate you guys every single day. I've been doing this for almost going on 8 years now, and I can wholly express that you guys are the lifeblood of this channel and the reason why I keep coming back and loving what I do. So thank you guys so much, and if you guys have questions or concerns, don't hesitate to let me know down in the comments section below. I'm more than happy to answer any questions if you're curious of what's been going on with me, or if you just want to express well wishes or give me some love down in the comment section. I appreciate it so much. And until next time, as always, I'm Krista. Stay classy. I love you guys. Bye.